Hey guys, so I can't get this bolt undone. It's not great, so I think we should do a video how to unstick bolts and fix them. So, use a bit of brute strength. Okay, I got it. So, today we have the tap and die. That's what we're going to be reviewing today. Or, not reviewing really, kind of, but it's more of a how-to. So, this is a tap and die set. These circle ones right here are for rethreading the bolt. And these stick ones right here are for redoing the threads on the nut. So, what we gotta do is find the right size. Hold on a second. Right sized equipment for what we're working on today. So we're working on a, looks like 1/4" bolt. Oh yeah, we also need cutting fluid, which I have some, what's it say? Smith's honing solution. So let's get our bolt, take everything off of it. First step in this is getting the nut off. So I already did that. It's very brute strength. We gotta find the right size. So this one looks too small, or big, sorry. Let's try this one. This is a 3/8 16. 16 being the number of threads. So this also is apparently too big. Let's try the 5/16 18. This one feels and looks about right. So, got this one picked out. Let's get the right one for our nut. So, this is a 5/16 18. What I do is find the 5/16 18 tap, if I have it. Looks like I do. Well, it's a 1/4. Sorry guys, this is not a full set. Might not have all the right parts. This might be right. No. Well, sadly we can't do the nut, but I will show you the main process. Let me just explain how it works. So when you take a nut, you're gonna put cutting fluid on it, which is this stuff right here. You're gonna put a tiny drop of cutting fluid on the threads. Type it more. Type more. So drop it on the table. You're gonna put some on your, nut, and then a tiny bit on your tap, maybe. See on the tap, right here. Ooh, that's too much. I'll use that for the next part. Then you're gonna take your nut, and for a tiny nut like that, nut like this, you probably won't need it, but I have a tap wrench, which basically unscrews like this. Sorry, my hands are greasy. Issues of the job. Which is a tap wrench like this, and you're gonna unscrew it like you would a normal wrench, kind of. And it's gonna unscrew like this. I'm gonna unscrew the other side if I can. Maybe this needs to be rethreaded. You never know. It's gonna open up like this. This is gonna fit inside the square hole right there. I'm gonna tighten it down to the right size. Sorry, it's hard to look at the camera and look at the project. It's gonna fit inside like this. As you can see, now we're getting tight. All you really need is for it to not spin. And then you're gonna either chuck this up in a vise or just use your fingers if you're strong enough. And then you're gonna take it 1, 2 1/2 turns, and then you're gonna back it out 1 turn. 1, 2 1/2 turns, and then repeat the process until you got a smooth sailing nut all across your bolt. Now, let's try out the bolt. This, in my opinion, is a funner process, because you can see a lot more improvement. Just a lot more, let's say, change. By the way, if you're wondering, this is an antique die set. The brand is Star. It's hard to find on eBay, but a set like this can cost $400. I found this at a garage sale for $1, so good times. Let's start working on this. So you've selected your die. By the way, tapped is the one that goes in the nut. You can remember that by A tap being something you put in a tree to get sap out, and the die is going to be what you mold something with. So there's going to be two ends of the die. There's two tapers on it. One taper is going to be skinny. The other taper is going to be wider. You're going to stick it in the wider end. So like for the other process, we're going to get our things all lubed up and oiled. And oiled up nicely. Wow, that failed. For this, we're going to need the die wrench, which I have here. So this die wrench basically has an adjusting screw. It's been welded on. And inside, it has the screw poking out. In this die, there's a divot. So you're going to back the screw out as far as you can. It's kind of hard because this is an old one. It's kind of stiff. Everything, you should probably use the die on this. But, so, fit it in there. I'm going to adjust it back down. Find my screwdriver around here somewhere. There it is. Adjust it in tight. Doesn't have to be too tight because that divot will keep it from swiveling. That's the entire thing we're trying to accomplish. Now you have it. Now you gotta remember which is your, what's happening here? Gotta remember which is your thin and which is your wide end. Stay in the wide end. Hold on a second. Let me fix this. It's old tools sometimes. Just don't quite want to cooperate. There we go. So, got it all lubed up. Got our bolt. We're going to find the wide end, which in this case is going to be this side. And we're going to start threading it through. Just going to thread it in, thread it in, thread it in. Then it's going to start getting tough if you have a rusty old bolt. Sometimes you're going to have to chuck it in vise, but sometimes you're not. In this case, it's not. It's recommended that you wear leather gloves because it will kind of hurt your hands, but I've got lots of calluses on my hands, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to start working it. It's not the same principle as the tap. You don't have to back it out, but every 10 turns I would back it out. Just like this to get all the chips out of the way. Back it out, go back on. So as you can see from the beginning of the video, I couldn't get this nut to go on or off. Which is not of course true, but it's not gonna work. I don't have a vise nearby, but yeah, just keep working it on. And you'll hit good spots, you'll hit bad spots, and then work it off. And see, it's coming on and off like this. On. Takes a while. Times it goes faster if you have a vise, which I don't have at the moment. Back off. Let's stop there. So, as you remember from the beginning of the video, it's pretty hard to get off. So what you can do is, let's test it. Let's take the die out of the chuck and see how well it spins. Take it out. Loosen the screw up, take it out. Then, I'm just going to show you the inside of this thing. It's packed full of grease and shavings and everything. So it happens because you're actually shaving metal off of this. This stuff is made out of high carbon steel, which is harder than regular bolt steel. So let's take our nut, put it on here. It spins now. Not freely, but it spins really easily. Light fingers. Like I can just roll it in my finger like that. With very little pressure. It almost spins. Let's see how well the die spins on it. Because the nut still has to be rethreaded. So, what else you can do is you can take your die, it's not quite spinning as much as I want it to, and just work it back and forth, freehand. No chuck necessary. So you can put this guy away, and just keep it back and forth, back and forth. You can add a little bit of lube if you want. helps the cutting process, carries the chips away, and you just keep back and forth. Now my fingers are all slippery. Until you think that's enough, and then you can stop. Slow process. But eventually, your results are great. You can see now. Let me get a rag. Or, never mind. Doesn't matter. If I take this off, you can see the before. The after. The nice clean bolt. And the before. The cruddy old rusted bolt. Pretty dramatic, huh? So that, guys, is what an old tap and die set will do. Some new ones are good. The Cobalt brand is good. The DeWalt is good. Anything Japanese, well, stay away from Japanese, Chinese. Anything made in Taiwan or anything made outside of the USA, stay away from. Everything USA made is generally good in terms of tap and die. So there you have it, guys. That is how to rethread a bolt with a die. Sorry that I don't have the right size tap, but that's for another video. Peace out. Restoration Ninja, bye.